Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. My name is James Yoder for Chat Sports, getting you set for the second full weekend of college football. I'm going to be picking 5 games against the spread. Tell you where I'm putting my money this weekend, and of course, how you can bet and get a little extra side money yourselves to bet on college football this weekend. For those of you that saw me in South Bend last week for Michigan Notre Dame, you're asking, hey James, where'd you get that amazing coat? Well, if you want to have this bad boy, if you're a Michigan football fan and coming very soon to many other colleges, go check out Reveal Suits. The pre-sale ends on September 10th. You've got just a few days left to get the pre-sale, $100 off. If you email them, say, hey, I want to buy that coat, you tell them James Yoder and Chat Sports sent you. We'd certainly appreciate that. All right, RevealSuits.com. Now let's get into my 5 picks for the weekend, starting out with the team I cover on a daily basis, the Michigan Wolverines. They are taking on Western Michigan in a battle of 2 teams that lost their opener last week. Western Michigan 0-1, Michigan 0-1. Michigan drops to number 24 in the polls. This game will take place Saturday at noon in Ann Arbor, Michigan. We will be hosting a live watch party of that game, myself and Mr. Cam Rogers here on Chat Sports YouTube. So please tune in for that. You can see our reactions throughout the game. Michigan is a 27.5-point favorite after only scoring 17 points last week on the road against Notre Dame in a 7-point loss. They were the favorite in that game at game time, 1-point favorite against Notre Dame. Can this Michigan offense score enough points to cover a pretty sizable spread for a team that didn't score an offensive touchdown till under about 2-3 minutes left in the fourth quarter against Notre Dame? The over-under is 56.5. Now, Western Michigan put up huge numbers last week in a loss to Syracuse. Now, they played on the road, Syracuse, 55-42 final. That one was in the Carrier Dome. I actually think that the spread on this one is too unknown. 27.5, you never know. Michigan could put it together against a lesser in-state opponent and pile it on. But I don't feel more comfortable enough about Michigan's offense to make a prediction either way. And with what Western Michigan did on offense themselves, I am looking to not bet on the spread on this one. I am going to head and do the over-under. I don't think that Michigan's offense is proven enough that I think the teams combined will score over 56 points. And as such, I am going to bet the under because I don't think that Michigan's defense is going to give up 20 or 30 points by any means. And so as that, I'm banking that the Michigan offense maybe scores in the 30s. Western Michigan doesn't score that much themselves. And the matchup and the over-under will come in below that 56.5. So I'm really loving this pick. It's a team I follow every week. So this is clearly the game I'm going to feel the most confident about betting going into Saturday. And you can make all of your bets with the partner that we chose here at Chat Sports. I am making all my bets through. Just put some money on Michigan, put money on some games in the NFL, or game in the NFL last night. Bet DSI, chatsports.com/bet. We negotiated for you to get the best odds, best sign-up bonus of any company you can bet with out there. Chatsports.com/bet. Use my promo code GOBLUE. It's going to give you 120% off. Even if you're not a Michigan fan, you can use it to bet on games this weekend. You put in 100, get 120 free. Go ahead and bet with Bet DSI. It's the only place that we put our money here at Chat Sports to bet on college football. All right, ladies and gentlemen, want to get more into this game. Western Michigan at Michigan tomorrow, noon Eastern on FS1 from the Big House in Ann Arbor. My 5 keys to the game for the University of Michigan to really show some life after a disastrous offensive performance last week versus Notre Dame. All right, number 1 for Michigan, can the right tackle and left tackle, can they show any life? A couple upperclassmen guys, Jawan Bushell-Beatty at right tackle and John Runyon Jr. at left tackle. Disastrous performance for the University of Michigan last week. Pro Football Focus had them as 2 of their 4 worst graded tackles in all of college football last week, with Runyon Jr. being one of 2 guys to get a failing grade at the position. Can they show any life? Give Shea Patterson time to throw the ball. Number 2, if he gets that time, will they have any downfield passing game? Really only attempted a few passes downfield, one of no, a 50-plus yarder to start the first drive of the second half, which resulted in no points, unfortunately, because they stalled right after that. It was a dink and dunk offense, 3, 5, 7-yard routes. Will Shea Patterson show what he showed at Ole Miss as a sophomore and as a true freshman, enough to allow him to throw the ball downfield, get Michigan's wide receivers in space, gets the ball, and obviously take it to the house for a touchdown? One more time. What's that jacket you're wearing, James? How can I get one? RevealSuits.com. They're lining the suit jackets. They sent me one of these bad boys. As long as I told you guys about it, they're going to give me one of these. $295 is the price if you email them, info@revealsuits.com by September 10th. You've only got a couple days, 3 days to do it. $3.95 normal, $2.95. You save $100. You can buy one for a friend, a relative, yourself. This is an amazing Christmas present coming up. Store it away. RevealSuits.com if you want to get the $100 off. You're going to pay full price if you wait. All right, key to the game, number 3. Stop Western Michigan wide receiver Wayne Eskridge. All right, this guy crushed Syracuse. Dwayne, I'm sorry, I forgot the D. I apologize. Dwayne Eskridge. This guy absolutely torched Syracuse last week. 240 yards receiving, which is about what Michigan's entire team, I believe that's what Shea Patterson himself threw for 227, is that right? 20 of 30. This guy had 240 himself, 2 touchdowns, an 84-yard touchdown pass. He is very small, not a big guy by any means, 5'9", 185. So if he gets the ball in space and breaks a tackle, he could be gone. So you can see one of those situations where the big house goes quiet after this guy takes 2 60-70-yarder screen passes to the house. So if Michigan is game planning for Western Michigan, which they should be, they have really got to focus on Dwayne Eskridge is leading the nation in receiving yards after just 1 week of football for most of the teams. Next up, number 4 key to the game, get Chris Evans involved. Where was Chris Evans? Maybe Michigan's most dynamic playmaker on offense. Can be can carry the ball in the backfield, can catch the ball as a running back out of the backfield, can line up in the slot, can do an end around, could even take the snap out of a wildcat if you wanted to. Chris Evans was nowhere to be found in the first half. Didn't get anything going until the second half of last week's game. 2 carries, 1 rushing yards. You read that properly. We did not make a typo. 2 carries for Chris Evans, a man who has had many great 100-yard games for Michigan football against Notre Dame on the road. 2 carries, 1 rushing yard, 2 catches for 37 receiving yards. More productive as a wide receiver. And I think with Tariq Black going out, that they need to get Chris Evans more active in the passing game. Even spread him out, put him out there as a wide receiver from time to time to catch the defense a little bit off their plans. And see, what are they doing with Chris Evans? We got to take a little extra advantage, little focus on this guy. Last but not least, my 5th key to the game for the University of Michigan. I'm focused on Michigan here. They are the team that we report on much more than Western Michigan, of course. Prove the Michigan football program isn't stale, most specifically on offense. Jim Harbaugh came in with all kinds of accolades, put in all these cool things that won the offseason for several years in a row. Jordan Brand, recruiting events, Charles Woodson and Michael Jordan being captains, going to Europe, but the offense looks stale. The team looks uninspired. The fan base is frankly uninspired watching this team. I think there's a lot of apathy that's building towards what Jim Harbaugh is doing. You got to drop 60. You got to crush Western Michigan. Show some imagination on offense. So prove Jim Harbaugh and the coaching staff with 3 guys that have been offensive coordinators on that offensive side of the ball at major college programs, national championship programs. Prove the team isn't stale, the program isn't stale by dropping 60, showing some life on offense. All right, I want to know from you guys. I've got $25 burning a hole in my pocket. I'm going to send to one of you, and it is time sensitive. I can only give one away. Predict the score, Western Michigan versus Michigan. Hit it in the comments below, Facebook Live and YouTube. But also to register, we get so many of those, you got to send me a DM on Twitter. Hit me with a DM. They are open. Tell me who's going to win the game and the score, of course. Can't just throw a score out there. I'll assume, I guess, you're picking Michigan if you give me a wild score. If somebody gets the score right, 0 people, hundreds of people predicted the score last week. Nobody got it right. So this week, I want to see somebody pick this game right. I'm going to send you $25 of my own money if you do it, but it's got to be put on Twitter. Put it below there, but also hit me on Twitter. And if you do, you will be getting $25 from Mr. James Yoder right to you at James T. Yoder on Twitter. All right. That is the offer I have to you. I am picking the under in this game. 56.5 is the over-under. I'm not betting on the line, like I said. So I want to know the score from you guys. If you are betting with BetDSI, our betting partner, make sure you go ahead and put money on the under in this one. It's going to go under 56.5. I'm predicting somewhere around 34 to 10, 38 to 14, something along those lines for Michigan hosting Western Michigan in this game.